Let's be honest, this has been a season that has been beyond testing for West Ham fans. It's been something we weren't expecting. I was looking forward to the campaign, especially with the summer spend, like we all were, starting to dream big and thinking, we could be challenged top four. You never know. But it just hasn't happened. It's been a bit of a disaster. And there's not even, let's be honest, not even just this season. Last year in general, 2022 was really tough. Really tough year domestically for West Ham. I appreciate Europe was good. We had a bit of excitement with the Europa League, but it masked what was going on domestically. It's been very tough. And this season has been a real slog. One thing that's been quite strange about this season, though, is the European form, because it's been in such contrast to how we've been playing domestically. We've really been struggling. We've been down the bottom of the Premier League all season, and we're going to be down the bottom of the Premier League all season. We're going to be battling it out to stay in this league until the bitter end. That's now obvious, and that's where we are. We had to accept it. I've talked about it enough on the channel. I still actually believe we will survive it, but it's going to be I do think it's going to go right to pretty much the wire. However, as I've said, the European side of it, I've actually found it a little bit like a running joke. When you're talking about to other people within football or your friends or other people that support other clubs, there's always this feeling of, yeah, but you're doing well in Europe. Yeah, you could win that trophy. And yeah, that would be great. That'd be great. But deep down, I've not really believed it. I've not really felt it. I've been thinking, the wheels will come off at some stage, I'm pretty sure. And that could still well be the case now. But there is no disguising that our form in Europe is pretty amazing. I don't care what people say about this whole notion from especially other fans, and say, oh yeah, it's a Mickey Mouse tournament, and oh yeah, but you're playing rubbish teams. Even some West Ham fans say that. But this was a tournament that Roma won. This is a big, it's still a big tournament, and this is the one that Tottenham couldn't even get out of their group a couple of seasons ago. It's not easy. This is not a straightforward walk. West Ham have just dealt with it very well. I appreciate, yes, some of the teams we're playing aren't at the sort of levels that you'd expect in Premier League. That is true. But you still have to go out there and get these jobs done. These aren't straightforward. And West Ham, I think, have conducted ourselves brilliantly in Europe. Really, really well. Home and away, just very, very comfortable. In fact, it's 10 wins from 10. 100% record. I mean, that is pretty good going. And credit to the players and the management for doing that. I mean, that they do, if we're going to criticise them, you have to give them praise as well. I'm, thrilled with it. And if anything, it's kind of, I think it's been a positive having this European campaign, because it's actually given us something to be a little bit, one, enjoy, and two, gives us a little bit of a springboard for the league. Hopefully now we will start seeing that pay off as we start now having to fight our way to get to the points that we need to survive. And I think as well, one big factor as well in the on the European front of it is that because we don't have the pressure of the Premier League and that looming cloud, it seems like the pressure just seems to ease, and we play how we should play. We look confident. We seem to enjoy our football when we play on that competition. Now, I've been kind of, like a lot of fans, I'm guessing will be watching this, I've not been taking it too seriously in terms of us actually lifting the trophy. I've not really been too confident in it. I really haven't. And I still feel slightly a little bit like that. However, there is no getting away from the fact now that this draw, our quarterfinal draw against Ghent, and then looking afterwards at where we would be if we advance to the next stage, the semi-final. Basically, what I'm trying to get to, the route to the final, is very, very favourable in terms of leaning towards West Ham's favours. I mean, we are highly regarded as one of the favourites to get through. So we've got Ghent in the quarterfinals. Now, Ghent are fifth, I believe, in the Belgium Premier League, or whatever their league is out there. And if we advance then beyond those legs and beat Ghent, which, let's be honest, we should. It's not going to be easy. I'm not suggesting it's done and dusted, but we should. You look at the form, you look at how we're playing, you look at the players we've got available versus them, etc., etc. West Ham should be beating Ghent over the two legs. That's where we should be. And then if we do that, we do accomplish that, we will be facing either Anderlecht or Alkmaar. Now, I don't know much about them, but I know obviously Anderlecht we played last year in the Europa League. We played them twice in the group stage, home and away, and we beat them twice, home and away. So the omens are looking pretty good. I mean, really, this is where the things go wrong, by the way. This is now when we start to take it very seriously and we start to dream. That's usually when the West Ham way kicks in. Now, it would be it would be typical of West Ham, wouldn't it? It would be absolutely. There's nothing more West Ham than having her awful season, struggling to stay in the Premier League. Really difficult campaign, and that is the year that we go and win a trophy. I mean, it would be typical. It does feel like that. But this is the best chance. Genuinely, this is the best chance West Ham have had to win a proper trophy in my lifetime. 100%. And I'm including the FA Cup in that when we got to the final. Because we were playing Liverpool. Liverpool were brilliant at that time. And, it was, and let's be honest, we should have won that. We should have won that bloody FA Cup final. I'll still never forgive Scaloni, and I never will. But, we should have won it that day. But what I'm saying is, I'm more confident this time round than I was then. This is a really good opportunity for West Ham. I actually want to ask the fans watching this, one, do you think we can win it? Realistically, just be honest. Do you think West Ham can go and win this trophy? Of course, I'm like most. I'm on the fence. I'm a little bit anxious about it. But I'm starting to actually believe there's a real chance here that we could do it. Certainly get to the final, at least, anyway. I'm certainly starting to think, well, you look at the teams in front of us, you think we should be beating these. And then the next question for fans is what I'm really interested in, is David Moyes. Because there's obviously a huge number that are leaning towards wanting to change the manager. I don't believe that won't happen. I don't think now towards the end of the season. I think most accept that now. David Moyes is here to stay. However, if David Moyes was to keep West Ham up, which I think he will, and then was to let's just say, go on and win the Europa Conference League, and then thus gain entry into the next season's Europa League, would you keep him as manager? Would you then feel that he's earned the right to stay longer? As much as I'm frustrated with David Moyes, and believe me, because you've watched his videos, how much I've been very frustrated with the way he's been managing things, and really feeling that at times that we do need to change. I think he would have to be given more time. I do. I think they might have to extend it. Or do you think that they would say, no, look, leave on a high, say thank you for everything, and then move forward? I'm really curious to know, actually. Really, really curious. And then the other question is, where would you rate the season? Let's just say West Ham finished 17th, even on goal difference, let's say. Great survival in the Premier League, but then won the Conference League. Has it been a successful season? It's tricky. It's really tricky. I don't think you could call it successful because of the Premier League, personally. That's my feeling. But, I mean, the idea of West Ham winning a trophy is, that's what we dream of. It's what we dream of. And it's started to become a reality. It's starting to become something that we can actually, you can see it. You can see the path now. I'm thinking, wow, it's no longer a running joke. So, yeah, that's my curious question to everybody. I would like to know what your feelings are on, one, whether do you think we can win it? And two, where would you sit with David Moyes? Would you keep him or would you still want to dismiss him? As I've said, I'll give him my thoughts on that. But there's no getting away on this, okay? This is a really exciting time. Really exciting. And what's really interesting as well is our next period of time here in terms of, well, we've also got a break at the moment. We've got a break now between now and I think it's the 2nd of April until we play Southampton at home, which, let's be honest, is a cup final. We have to win that match. There is no getting around it. However, we've got Southampton at home. We've then got Newcastle at home. And then we've got Fulham away before our first leg of the quarterfinals. So let's just say, you look at those let's say 4 games. These could be season-defining, massive games. If West Ham were to, let's just say, get 7 points out of those 3 games, I'm not saying we will, but let's just say we do, that could be a huge step towards our safety, gain massive confidence. Hopefully, the results go our way, of course. I'm recording this, by the way, Saturday, just gone 12 o'clock. So this is before the Saturday games. And so really, I don't know where the table's looking at the moment in terms of the end of this weekend, but fingers crossed results go our way. If West Ham then can get some decent results in, and then we go into our European stage, and then let's say advance to the semi-finals, this season could really start turning, really turn. It's a crucial time for us, but it's one that, although it's been a testing season, and believe me, I've, like many fans, have been willing May on, thinking I can't wait to see the back of the season, draw a line under it, move on. There is some silver lining there. We could get something really special. This could turn into an exciting season. It really could. I'm really curious to know what your thoughts are. But until then, let's keep our fingers crossed and hope results go our way.